Hey guys, this is Alrighty Then, and today I'm going to be replacing a faucet of a sink. So this faucet is stuck. It won't go left and right. It's supposed to swivel back and forth, but it's stuck. So I'm going to be replacing it with a new faucet that's very similar. It's a single hole faucet, but it's very, very easy to install. So this is going to go down the hole. This rubber piece is going to go first, followed by the metal piece underneath. And then the plate, this plate right here, is going to go in with these two screws, and that's what's going to put the pressure on this whole thing and keep it in there. That's underneath the sink, so the only thing we have to do is loosen those two screws right here. Loosen those two screws, and now I'm going to simply unscrew this plate and get this plate out of the way. Okay, so I'm going to do that off camera, and give me a sec. So I'm going to hold the faucet with one hand, and underneath I'm going to unscrew that plate. When you're doing the installation, you might want to leave the screws in place, and also when you're removing it, because that will help you, that'll give you some leverage in case it doesn't want to come off. So when you loosen the tension from the screws on the bottom, don't take them all the way out, just loosen the tension, and that way you'll be able to use your fingers and hands, or maybe even a screwdriver, to try to get this thing off. Okay, so when you're putting it back, just have them just like this, where the screws are just barely touching the edge, and that way it's easier. It's a lot easier to tighten them up once you're in there. Alright, so here it goes. I'm going to remove oh, don't forget to turn off the water to the house. You have to turn off the water, okay? You can turn off the water by turning this off, but I don't remember why, but for the hot water there is no off switch, so I'm going to turn off the power to the whole house, or turn off the water to the whole house. I'll be right back. Alright, I turned off the water to the house, so now I'm going to relieve the pressure from the system by just opening the faucet. I'm just letting it all drain out. Try to have a high absorbent cloth ready, because there is going to be some spillage, because there is always a little bit of water left over in the line. So using a 16mm open-ended wrench, I'm going to go ahead and take this off right here. This off. I'm going to take that one off, and I'm also going to take this one off. So one of them is cold water, one of them is hot water. This one's my cold water, because this line feeds the water to my refrigerator with a filter on it. And this one is the hot water, which is also the one that goes to the dishwasher for hot water. Okay, so I'm going to unscrew this one, unscrew those, pop the new sink in, and it shouldn't take me more than just a couple minutes. It's a very simple procedure. There's that water spilling, but that's okay. That thing's been in there for years, so it's going to take a little while to take out. I turned it off anyway. Not that any water was coming out of it. Most of that water was coming out of the line anyway. But since I do have a valve on there, I figured I would just go ahead and turn it off. Again, this is a simple procedure. You don't need many tools. In this case, just a Phillips screwdriver and a 16mm wrench. That's it. Most of these cables are self-sealing because they have a rubber grommet inside, so you don't even need to put Teflon tape on them. So now I'm going to do the other side. break on through to the other side. Alright, so once you remove the two things, the two lines, everything should come right up. That's one. Whoa. That's two. That's three, and that's four. So that's it. Let me just let that drain. And that's going in the trash. So you want to clean that part of the sink just before you put the new one in. Might as well. So this one comes with a rubber grommet on the outside or underneath, so you don't need to put any of that plumber's putty on it. So this is going to be for the little pull-out thing, so you can rinse. The hot line is indicated. In the hot line is red. You can see that the color of the cord here is red, and the cold line is in blue. So again, we feed those in. That's it. So at this point, this is where you want to position it so that you know how far it's going to go to the right and how far it's going to go to the left. So once you have that in place, now you're going to hold it steady. And so the order of operations is I'm going to put this first, followed by this, followed by this. So I'm just going to hold them all together, feed all the cables, and come in all the way up to the top and screw that in. So that's the new one in place. You've got the rubber grommet, the spacer, and then the base. Now this thing, just get it in hand tight, because from here, this is what's going to hold it in place. Just that little screw right there. So if you tighten that up real good, you shouldn't have any problems. So you don't even need a special channel lock or anything. So that's it. It's in. It's not going anywhere. So it's going to open up this much here, that much there. So here's a step that we have to do. It comes with this little zip tie, or this little tie right here, so I'm going to undo this. Hey mama, won't you pass over? Alright, and this is going to screw right into here. Just hand tight. That's it. I made it snap. And that sits right in there, just like that. You press this to get the thing, and there you go. Alright, so now to attach the lines, the water lines. Again, real easy. So of the two lines, the red one is the hot water. So that's going to go on here, just like that. And again, that's at 16 millimeter. And it has its own O-ring. So you don't need to put Teflon tape on this one, because it has its own O-ring. Just snug it in tight. That's my hot water line right there. Alright, that's nice and snug. I'm going to set you down for a second while I do the cold water one. Don't go nowhere. You just got to approach it at a different angle. In order to connect the spray handle to the water supply, there's this connector here. And before you put this in, there's a weight that you have to put on the cable itself. So I'm going to unscrew this with the screwdriver here on both sides, bring it up to this line right here, and fasten the weight. This is going to help the cord come down so that when you let go of the faucet, it brings it back down into the right place. So let me take care of that. In order to connect the cable, they send you this color-coded connector. So this is going to go on the black side here, and it just snaps right in. Okay, just like that. And now the other side is going to go right into the sink. So that's it. So now when I pull this out, the weight is going to make it go right back in. See that? You pull it out and the weight will make it go back in. So now that my lines are connected, I'm going to go ahead and start the water. Alright, I turned on the water from the main house, let it run a little bit, and there you have it. Notice the hot water is not working right when I turn it to the hot side. That's because I did not turn the hot water spigot on right here. And there you have it. Notice it's working now. So here you have hot and cold, hot and cold. And now I can rinse stuff from this side all the way to this side. So hot on this side, cold on this side, they're both working. Easy fix. Just make sure there's no leaks. And it looks like we're dry. We're good on the hot and cold side. Let's get some light in here. Here's the cold side, the hot side, and the cold side's over there. We have no leaks. Our cord is good. Now it's just drying this up and we're out of here. So once again, guys, this was a simple one-hole faucet sink installation. If you had more than one hole, they sell this plate that will cover up the other holes if you needed to. The one-hole sink is very easy to install. No fuss, no muss. The triple-hole sinks, sometimes you have to go and buy the cables and the special adapters and stuff like that for the water lines, but these pretty much come all in. So all I used today was a Phillips screwdriver and a 16mm wrench to do this sink installation. Very easy. Just don't forget to turn off the water. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you until the next one, guys. Appreciate it.